Hey everybody, and welcome back to more Pokemon SoulSilver. Last time, we went to the Lake of Rage and we caught a red Gyarados, but today, Lance, not me, fucking killed a man with his Dragonite! No, he uses Hyper Beam on him, but it looks like a tackle. Actually, if you watch the 4th episode of Pokemon Generations on Pokemon's YouTube channel, you actually see this entire, little part of the game, like, animated into, like, a little 4-minute short, which is pretty cool. His he catches the Gyarados, but, his Dragonite, like, takes no prisoners in this, little short, by the way, but, yeah. And, shock, I know, the totally not evil or suspicious souvenir shop is the Team Rocket hideout. And if you run in front of those little statues, Team Rocket grunts will come up and battle you. A cool thing, though, talking about the totally not suspicious souvenir shop, in the remakes, the top of the radio transmitter can actually be seen next to the shop, and it's poorly hidden in a fake tree. And once we actually finish this area, if you notice, the tree will be removed and the transmitter is just completely broken, which I like. But going into Gyarados, Gyarados really doesn't have a lot of great moves to work with right now. And thankfully, we have the Surf HM that I can teach Gyarados. So if you catch Gyarados, you already have a good Water-type move you can teach Gyarados with Surf. I'm showing its base moveset now, but let me just be frank here. I'm gonna get rid of Twister the first chance I get, because Twister is a god-awful move. It's not good at all. And, something I haven't really gotten into yet, I didn't really talk about in the last episode, but I brought this up, sort of. This is one of my favorite parts of the game, and the reason for it is being upfront with everyone here. Playing this game, you don't fight Team Rocket much. You fight them in the Slowpoke well, you fight them a couple other times before from then to now, but you don't really deal with them a lot. And and to be fair, I don't want to say, like, forgive it, because I do wish you had to fight Team Rocket more throughout the game instead of just forcing them now into the story, but I can forgive it because it was more of a Game Boy game, I guess. It's not a great, admittedly, excuse for it, but still. Later gens would fix this issue, specifically Gen 5, where you would fight Team Galactic, Plasma. You fight them throughout pretty much the entire game. That game's definitely about getting badges and stuff, but it's more of like an evil team kind of game, like more akin to like a Coliseum XD, I'd say, which I think is the perfect balance of both. I love Gen 2, but I will say Team Rocket definitely kind of feels like an afterthought for certain parts of the game. In Gen 1, I had that problem as well, but I feel like you fight Team Rocket more in Gen 1 than you do in Gen 2. That could be just me thinking that, admittedly, and I could be wrong. I probably am wrong, but still, I definitely think you don't fight them a whole lot, but yeah. But going into this place, we're teaching Gyarados Surf, by the way. This will come handy. Let me be honest with you. Gyarados, when you first get it, doesn't have a lot of great moves. And when you evolve it at level 20, Gyarados isn't going to have much. It doesn't learn to move automatically from evolving from Magic Card, which can be a bit of an issue. But once Gyarados gets good moves and it can get going, Gyarados is one of the best Water-type Pokemon you can get. I brought up before about the Lapras you can get on Fridays if you go, I believe, to Union Cave. I could be wrong on that. But if you either want Lapras or Gyarados, either one are fantastic Pokemon. I've used the Lapras in my LP of Fire Red. I'm using a Gyarados here in my, obviously, LP of SoulSilver. What am I going to do for Gen 3? You'll have to wait and see. But, still, I don't even know what I'm going to use for Gen 3. I feel better. But, still, it is really good to use Gyarados. I wanted to admittedly go with the Quagsire line. I really thought about it. But I sat there and I was like, I will never get to use a shiny Gyarados probably ever again. And I said, I'm going to use the red Gyarados. So, yeah, I apologize if you wanted to see a different water type user. You think it's cheap, but I love the red Gyarados a lot. I want to use it. Why not? If you want to give me shit, you can feel free, but still, I love the red Gyarados a lot. And with that Surf there, it's going to take this Zubat out in one turn. Red Gyarados with Surf is just awesome. Gyarados in general is awesome. I actually debated on just catching a Magikarp and making it into a Gyarados, but no, I want to go full on just Red Gyarados, you know? I don't really have a good excuse, but if you definitely need to level grind and level up your Pokemon, this is a good place to do it. I do recommend, I'm going to edit out the skippable Team Rocket battles, because while I do like their theme, you eventually will get tired of hearing the Team Rocket theme. And you probably don't need to see all the Team Rocket battles because it's just like Zubats and Grimers and all that stuff and Koffings all and over again. It eventually gets old. But it is a good place to level up, and obviously I need to level my Pokemon up because I am under-leveled. And we have a gym battle in the next episode, funny enough, so yeah. Although I said Rattata. I feel bad. Imagine being that Rattata, I don't know, tomato motto. But like, you get thrown out by like Team Rocket, who probably doesn't treat you very well, and the thing you see is a giant red Gyarados, you know? That's gotta be terrifying for the poor little rat. But the Team Rocket theme, while it is definitely overused, is really good. It is one of my favorite, evil team themes, I will definitely say. I love I love the Team Rocket theme in this game. We got a Hyper Potion. But I'm going into, like, Team Rocket hideouts. Gonna compare. I know this is probably a really random tangent, but, this is probably the best compared to the, Celadon City Team Rocket hideout. And I definitely prefer the Celadon City one, because it has the, you spin me right round, baby, right round, moment, and I love that every time I get to it. Not that this is a bad hideout. This is a good hideout from them. I really like it a lot. It's actually mentioned later on that these used to be a ninja hideout, which I think is really cool. And it's a really big shame because, the fact that Gen 2, or these remakes, added so much stuff and helped more with, like, the lore of Johto, I don't think it's ever brought up if, like, Koga, who was a ninja gym leader in Gen 1, is ever brought up being like, yeah, I used to have, like, this ninja hideout in Mahogany Town or something, or nothing like that. And I wish it would have been, because, like, he's the only ninja I think we have in the series, and that makes me sad. I like ninjas. Believe it, you know? But yeah, a lot of this, merely level is gonna be, a lot of this part is gonna be just fighting Team Rocket, and while I like Team Rocket, you eventually do get bored of seeing them pop up, so, yeah. One thing I will bring up, interesting enough, so if you've actually played Pokemon Stadium 2, you're probably not wondering this, but I nearly forgot this, because I hadn't played Pokemon Stadium 2 in a long time. How does this work, when the Gym Leader Castle, which is different, because, like, in the Gym Leader Castle in the first game, you never really, well, I mean, you fight Team Rocket, you fight Giovanni, so I guess that kind of counts, but you never, like, fight, like, the Celadon stuff. In Pokemon Stadium 2, though, you actually don't go to this hideout, but there is, like, a little, area in between this gym, where you have to fight Team Rocket, which I think is really cool. So, it'll get interrupted by a group of 4 Team Rocket members after you defeat Jasmine, similar to how, like, the core series games are. And you have to defeat the team before you can actually challenge the Mahogany Gym, which I think is awesome. I really like that. Pokemon Stadium 2, I brought it before, I prefer Stadium 1, that's purely nostalgia. Stadium 2 is a much better game in almost every single way. The US version, obviously, because there's 3 stadiums in Japan. But, still, that is really cool. Stadium 2 is really fun. It's just, I just grew up with Stadium 1. It's kind of my thing. I love both a lot, though. Stadium 2, its title theme is fantastic. It's such an underrated song in the series. Also, Stadium 2, if you've ever, for some reason, watched my movie commentary over Pokemon 2000, which is fitting, I guess, for this game, you'd see models in that game that are clearly from Pokemon Stadium 1 or 2. I think it's 2. But they actually reuse a lot of those models from the N64 games. Because, like, the N64 models for Stadium 1 and 2 for N64 games are really good. Like, they're fantastic. And that's why a lot of them would get reused for, like, Coliseum and XD, because they still looked good. You can definitely tell in Coliseum and XD, what, like, obviously there's new Pokemon like Johto, or not Johto, but, Hoenn, like, they look better, but still, like, I think they still look good for the GameCube games, I'd say, but I don't know. This isn't my part to suck Coliseum, but, Stadium 2's dick, obviously, but still. And then there's Battle Revolution, which, be fair about Revolution, it had good animation. Like, it actually really did. Battle Revolution's not a very fun game, but it had really, really good animation. And Battle Revolution is cursed for me. I'm about to get into a really off-topic story here, but it's actually kind of fitting for today. I'm recording this part on March 26th of 2021. It probably won't be. It'll probably come out like months later. But it's funny. Today it was announced that the Peacock streaming service will have the WWE Network stuff, and they're censoring stuff, which I get. You don't want Vince McMahon saying the N-word on your thing, because it's not very funny. But still, they're censoring stuff, and this could tie into the Battle Revolution, like I swear. So they're trying to censor out, like, offensive content and stuff. And I'm curious what they're going to do with, like, all of the Chris Benoit matches, because everybody knows about Chris Benoit and what he did. It's terrible. But, the day I bought Pokemon Battle Revolution, and I got home with the game, the first thing I heard was Chris Benoit had died. And that memory has stuck with me, and Battle Revolution is cursed for me, because that is the day Chris Benoit, murdered his family, obviously, and it has ruined that game for me. And I'm not trying to laugh at the fact that that happened. I'm more laughing at the fact that I relate that happening to Pokemon Battle Revolution, of all things. A really mediocre Pokemon Wii game. So yeah. I am a terrible person, but yeah. So, if you go on these platforms here, they'll have little squares of a different color. If you step on specific ones, you will get attacked by Pokemon. One of these, as you can see here, is Voltorb, an electric type, really, really fast electric type. Voltorb, we fought an Electrode, and Voltorb is the pre-evolution of that. Has static for an ability, like I said, really fast. Voltorb is not bad. You can catch this and have a decent electric type if you want one. So I recommend it. You can step on other ones as well. And right here, we're getting the other one, because it was a rock effect. It's going to be Geodude. I totally didn't forget there. And it'd be level 21. Geodude can evolve into Graveler, and if you trade it, it can actually evolve into Golem, which is the Ball Rock ground, which is a good type. If you had to fight electric types, I can recommend it. I like it. Unfortunately, I'm paralyzed here, and Geodude's going to use Self-Destruct.
No. No. No, 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 no!
Thank you, Kevin Owens. You great, great man. Yeah, so you gotta be careful there. These Geodude can use self-destruct and kill you. It's really annoying. And finally, there's a poison gas there. Huh, I wonder what it could be. The only poison-type Team Rocket apparently knows about, coughing. Because they can't use anything else. And it's nothing against coughing. I like coughing. But, I don't like coughing, but I like coughing to Pokemon. Yeah, unfortunately, they just abuse coughing to death, I swear. Coughing's a good Pokemon. Good poison type. Pretty good I think it's either defense or special defense is the best stat, I'm not sure. But, you see, it's the issue, I think, with Pokemon, is they love reusing one evil team using the same Pokemon, where it makes you just like, oh my god, I hate seeing Zubat, or I hate seeing Coughing, or something like that. And it's a shame, because they're so good, they're good Pokemon. It's just, you see them so much. You're just like, oh my god, I'm so sick of seeing this, and I get it, you know? But still. The Zubat line's really good. Gen 2, it gets an evolution. Well, Golbat gets an evolution. So it goes Zubat, then Golbat. And if you raise the max happiness, it turns into Crobat. And Crobat's really good. It's super fast, can learn poison-type moves, has flying-type moves. Really good. One of my favorite flying types. It's just, you see enough Zubats. It kind of ruins you. If you give a Team Rocket Grunt a Zubat, it's gonna just use it to death. I feel bad for the little guy, but still. You're probably asking, Lance, why are you showing so many of these Team Rocket battles? And it's because I want to show some of the Pokemon they have, because why not? I want to show Gyarados getting good, because Gyarados, I believe at level 32, is going to learn a new move that is really good, and I really want to show it. This is probably going to be the longest part of the LP, I'd say. And, yeah, I'll just warn you now, it's a long part. Because we're kind of starting our own little, like, arc here. I'm not going to go into what this arc's going to be, but from the Lake of Rage onwards, it started, like, a new arc for, like, it's going to last, I think, until episode 26 or 27. So, yeah. And, we're learning Ice Fang, which is a great move for Gyarados that we really want to teach Gyarados, because if we have to fight Dragon types later on, that Ice Fang is going to come in handy a lot. And it's also good against Flying types as well, so let's see what this Ice Fang can do. Ice Fang actually has a really good effect where it can potentially freeze the Pokemon gets hit with it. So I do recommend Ice Fang a lot. I'm a really big fan of that Ice Fang move, and it will stay on Gyarados until the end of the game, because I don't really have a Pokemon that can do Ice-type or Ice-type attacks to anything, so I'm gonna have to rely on Gyarados to take down Dragon types for now, so yeah. And believe me when I say we'll be fighting quite a few Dragon types later on, so. And Flying types, obviously, like I said, this comes in handy for taking down the Zubats. I've always wondered if Zubat has eyes. I'm assuming it does, but like I'm assuming it kind of moves like through sonar. I don't know. I will say, going off topic, but kind of on topic, I guess, talking about bats. I actually saw the other day, we were talking at work about like baby animals and stuff being cute. And I was telling somebody brought up like bats being ugly, and I showed them a baby bat, and I'm like, okay, that's actually kind of cute. Baby bats are adorable. I get why people don't like bats, but I think they're cute. Batman is awesome, you know, bats are cool. Dracula is a cool villain, Castlevania. I don't want, like, Dracula to come and suck my blood, but still, I like Dracula, he's cool. Off topic, but I actually, a few months ago, bought the Dracula novel. Haven't read it yet, but I bought it. I just thought I'd share that, because why not? I eventually need to cover Castlevania somewhere on this channel. I don't know if I'd rather do Symphony of the Night or Castlevania 4, but they're fun games. I might do Symphony of the Night, but still. I will say about Castlevania, such a series with such good music. I'm off topic because I'm admittedly not, I don't have a lot to talk about them. Well, here's Lance. Other Lance, not me, obviously. And he'll actually heal you, so I recommend that here. I don't know if he does that in the original games, being honest here. I actually remember if his Dragonite follows him around. I know you see Dragonite attack that guy, but I don't know if Dragonite actually follows him in the originals. I admittedly have not played the original games since these games came out. One day I do want to eventually play Crystal, just to say that I did it. But, yeah. The thing, though, talking about Crystal, I need to bring up, if you are worried, like, should I play Crystal so I can get the full experience, because it's the third version over the remakes, you have nothing to worry about here. There are differences in Heart Gold and SoulSilver, but these are the ways I fully recommend experiencing Gen 2. I will get more into it later on, obviously. I've talked about it already, but later on in the game, there's a lot more that I think they include from Crystal that I really like a lot. I've never played Crystal, but I've seen Sugar Conroy's LP, and I've seen other LPs of it, and so I do know quite a bit about Crystal. So I know everything, not everything about Crystal, obviously. I don't know everything, but I do know enough to really, I guess, hold my own, I guess, we're talking about. This guy's got a Venonat. I love Venonat. Venonat's so cute. But, yeah. That's something I'm on off topic, and I know these parts are going to come out after I'm recording this, and we'll get more news on the Diamond Pearl remix later on. But I really do hope they include a lot of stuff from Platinum. I've brought this up before, but, like, I hope the Distortion World's a thing. I know it's just a hallway, basically. You can't get lost in it, but it's still awesome. And you should, if you're going to do remakes, include stuff from the third version. It's not hard to do, but yeah. I love Omega Ruby Alpha. I don't love Omega Alpha Sapphire. I like them. They definitely have a lot of issues, and they definitely are the worst remakes so far. But I still wish they would have done more stuff from Emerald. But that's just me. If I ever do get to Gen 3, I will be doing Emerald instead of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I might cover them in a way. I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll think of something on how to do that. But, yeah, I'll be covering Emerald. And that's purely because I just grew up with Emerald and I prefer it. I debated actually on doing Crystal for this LP instead of doing Heart Gold and SoulSilver. But I was like, I've played through SoulSilver so many times. I play through it every single year. I may as well just, you know, LP SoulSilver, you know. But I know I'm not talking about anything really specific. I admittedly am just having, I don't have a whole lot to really say about this area until we get to a certain point in it. You're just battling rocket grunts over and over again, so I feel like every LP I watch when they get to this area, there's not a lot to really talk about. You're just battling Team Galactic, or Team Galactic. I have Gen 4 on the mind, Team Rocket, so. I do like Team Rocket. They are one of my favorite teams, and they are in this area, and they actually wouldn't, as far as I know, return until Gen 7 with the Rainbow Rocket event that you get in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon when you eventually get to the post-game and beat the main game. It is really cool. I do like the Rainbow Rocket event. It's kind of shallow, but like the idea of facing the team leaders as they've, well, in their dimensions they've won and got the legendary Pokemon is pretty cool, I have to say. And Giovanni's the leader. It's a really cool little post-game thing. I may not be the biggest fan of Ultra Sun and Moon. I think they did need to exist, but I cannot say that that's not a cool idea. I actually kind of wish they would have saved that for like a big anniversary game, but that's just me. Well, that whole like idea saving for a whole anniversary game would have been neat. And that guy there, he brought up working for Silphco. It's a nice little reference to fighting Team Rocket in the Saffron City, which is really cool. I will say, I do think Gen 1 definitely has a lot more of, not a lot more plot, because Gen 1, Gen 2 don't really, they have plots, but they're really bare bones. But, I think I think the Team Rocket battles and, like, scenarios you do with them are a lot more interesting in Gen 1 compared to Gen 2. That's the only, honest to God, I think Gen 2 is better than Gen 1 in almost every single way, except for that. I just don't, Team Rocket just feels like such an afterthought in Gen 2, I think, is my thing. You don't, like, you fight, like I said, you fight them a couple times, but, like, it's not really until you get to Mahogany Town where they really start having a big, like, presence, I'd say, in the story, which is an issue. I wish you did fight them more throughout the game, but I do know early Pokemon was more like, let's go get badges and stuff focused than, like, Evil Team. And I don't really think that Evil Teams, I said Gen 5 with Plasma, but you do fight Team Galactic quite a bit in Gen 4. I think as Pokemon would go on, they definitely got a lot more, like, story-heavy with each generation, until Gen 6, obviously, where they just didn't, but yeah. And this guy here is a Ditto. Ditto can transform into whatever Pokemon you have out. You can easily cheat Ditto here. So it transforms into like a Espeon here, so I'm shooting it with a I'm shooting it with a Shadow Ball because Espeon's a Psychic type, and it will take the type as well and become weak to it. Pretty easy, but you don't have to worry about, like, here, it's going to hit me with the Shadow Ball. That will do damage. The thing with Ditto, though, is Ditto doesn't hit hard enough, like my Espeon here, because my Espeon's great, and that Ditto is kind of sucky. I don't really, I've never used a Ditto, for, like, an actual, like, playthrough of a game, but, I definitely have one, because, like, if you want to get, eggs for Pokemon, I recommend just getting Ditto, because you can breed a lot, so go with that. Oh boy, Eradicate. I'm so scared of this giant rat. I like Team Rocket, but like I said, they have really sucky Pokemon. I'm going to talk. I have an Espeon, though, that doesn't have Psychic, but this Espeon is great, and it will become amazing before the LP ends. So yeah, if we battle that guy, we'll get the password to the door we need. We're getting further on in this part. Like I said, this is a long part. I do apologize for all the rambling. It's just, there's not really a whole lot to say. I did like this section as a kid, and it is fun to play through when you're playing through, but talking over Team Rocket battles over and over again does eventually grow quite stale, I have to say, when not a lot's really going on, so, yeah. We're getting a higher level, though. Like I said, we'll be fighting the gym leader in the next episode, so look forward to that, you know. I'm running out of things to talk about, if I'm being completely honest with you. I should have wrote more notes down. But, going in, I guess, to talk about Team Rocket and, like, memories, I guess, of this area. If you have an Espeon or a Psychic type like Mr. Mime, where you get the Kadabra line, whatever, you're going to have a really easy time going through this area, because some of their Pokemon are poison types, like Zubats and Coughings. This is a really easy area to get through. I just wish Team Rocket just had more varied Pokemon, I guess. At least they have a really good theme, I will say that. I do prefer the Gen 2 Team Rocket theme over the Gen 1 Team Rocket theme by quite a lot, actually. The Gen 1 one is good, it's just Gen 2's OST in general is the best, so yeah. Oh boy, another Zubat, my favorite. It good, though. Like I said, if you have a Psychic type, you can get a lot of levels here. They don't really have any Pokemon here that I think would give you trouble. It also kind of hurts that, like, all their Pokemon are, like, level 17, which is really low for this point in the game. Even for Team Rocket, I think they should at least be, like, level 23 or something, or 24. Level 17 is pretty low, and I get if they just didn't have a lot of, like, Raticates and stuff for you to fight, but still, it's a lot of really low-level Pokemon. And the reason they do this, I brought up before, is because you can come to Mahogany Town before you want to go to, like, Olivine or anything like that. You can. So I guess they did it so, like, you wouldn't be super under-leveled, but even when you fight Morty, you're gonna be fighting, like, a level 25 Gengar. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. I've never actually done this area, though. Talking about that before I go to fight, Jasmine and Chuck. I always just fight Chuck first. I've never go and fight Jasmine. It's usually... Because, like, when you check your badge case, which I haven't not shown yet for some reason, it shows you an order of Pokemon like they want you to do. So you go to, like, obviously, Faulkner, then you fight Bugsy, Whitney, Morty, then Chuck is after Morty, then Jasmine, then the next gym leader who will fight. So I always just do that. It's just a lot easier. But here's Silver being a jerk again. Yeah, and Silver fought Lance. He's no match for him, which, I mean, Silver does... I like you. You're a good character, but your team kind of sucks, bro. And he just shoves us because he's a jerk. I guess we caught the red Gyarados before him, and he gets mad about it, I don't know. It is cool that he catches Gyarados in the Pokemon Adventures manga. I do love that a lot. It fits him more. He's got red hair, it's got red Gyarados, and that guy looked familiar. But if you go up here, we get an item. It's TM46 Thief. I guess we're stealing stuff, obviously. Thief is a Dark-type move. It pretty much steals your Pokemon, well, the opponent Pokemon's held item. That can be good for, online battles, but I never use Thief. I just don't. And that is Giovanni. How does Gold know what how does he know what Giovanni sounds like? That makes no sense, but yeah, it's Petrol. But yeah, how does Gold know what Giovanni sounds like? It makes no sense at all. I don't get it, but yeah. Team Rocket Executive Petrol. Obviously, in the remakes, he's usually Team Rocket Executive because they didn't have names. Then later on in the remakes, they would get names. So he's going to start with Zubat, level 22, with the moves Astonish, Bite, Wing Attack, and Confuse Ray. Yeah, he's not difficult at all. Like I said, one thing I do love about the remakes, I love that it actually gave these guys names instead of just being Team Rocket Executive, because I don't know, it's just more character that I think these games needed. Like I said, I love this. I love Gold, Silver, and Crystal, but I think the remakes do improve on almost everything. There's a couple of songs I think that sound better in the 8-bit tune, but 8-bit, I guess, chipset, or whatever it's called, tune set, I don't know. But still. Eradicate here, level 24, it's his ace Pokemon with the moves Hyper Fang, Sucker Punch, Scary Face, and Crunch. I do recommend being careful for that Hyper Fang. Hyper Fang can do a lot of damage to you, so definitely be careful for that. Sucker Punch can hurt Espeon quite a bit. It's not a bad Eradicate, actually, at all. He's got a pretty decent one. So, I don't know, I do like Eradicate, I guess. I've never used one, but it's alright. This fight's incredibly easy, by the way. If you got a Heracross or a Psychic type, and really if you have a Fighting and Psychic, you're going to destroy it. It's a good thing I don't think you can catch Medicham at this point unless you trade, because I feel like Medicham would just completely destroy all Team Rocket due to being Psychic and Fighting. And right here is Coughing, level 22, with the moves Smog, Smokescreen, Assurance, and Self-Destruct. Obviously, be careful for Self-Destruct, because it can one-hit KO you, possibly. I think he's gonna throw a Smokescreen. The Smokescreen can lower your accuracy. I have it on Quilava. It's not really a matter. We're gonna hit this guy one more time, and he's pretty much just dead. Petrol's not a hard fight at all. He's one of the weakest Rocket Executives, I'd argue. Well, I say he's the weakest, actually. What kind of name is Petrol, anyway? And like you brought up there, since disbanding 3 years ago, Giovanni has been gone, and obviously you saw that in Fire Red. In the Sevi Islands post-game arc, they actually go into more detail about Team Rocket kind of coming back, and yeah, they mentioned like they want to bring Giovanni back because he's their leader, and Giovanni hasn't been seen in 3 years, so yeah. I brought up Pokemon Generations before, talking about this area with Lance and the Dragonite running through. You actually see Gold running through, which is kind of neat. He isn't tall, but you see him. And they actually have an episode with Silver right when he gets to the Pokemon League. And he meets Looker, and he talks about, like, Giovanni missing and stuff. So, yeah, pretty interesting. But we need to follow this Murkrow here, because he'll be saying the password, and he probably knows where this is going. What's really weird, and I know why this happened, and it's a shame that Chat Talk wasn't a thing, because Chat Talk can repeat voices, but a Murkrow here will be able to, like, repeat words. Chat Talk's whole thing is it can talk, like, hear you and repeat stuff, kind of like a bird kind of can. Some birds can. But, still, I do like that a lot, and I kind of wish they could have replaced this with Chat Talk, but I get because it's Murkrow and it's Gen 2. It's cool, I guess. Murkrow actually would get an evolution in Gen 4 into Honchkrow, which is cool. Murkrow isn't good in Gen 2, but Honchkrow's pretty good. It's a flying dark type. It's pretty neat, but it'll go up that door. It'll say, "Hail Giovanni," because that's how it does things, and we're going to go in here. But we have another new character, Ariana, the other Team Rocket executive, and a grunt for some reason. And she kind of looks like Silver. Just saying there. By the way, it is not Ariana Grande before someone makes that joke. I know it's going to happen, but yeah. Here we go. Ariana, the other Team Rocket executive. So this fight's actually very different in the original games. This is just a fight against a female Rocket executive, as Ariana doesn't have a name. It's a singles battle rather than a double. So this fight's actually new, technically, to Heart Gold and SoulSilver, because Lance doesn't team up with you. Before I go on, Lance is your partner. Dragonite, level 40, with him is Fly, Twister, Thunder, and Hyper Beam. This is an illegal Dragonite, because Dragonite cannot evolve at level 40. I want to say it's level 45 or 50, I'm pretty sure. I believe it's 50, but Dragonite's really good. This fight's easy. Lance is really good. Like I brought up earlier, she is just a female Rocket executive, and it is a singles battle. Drowsy there is already down. It is level 18 with the moves Disable, Confusion, Headbutt, and Poison Gas, and it is not actually in the original. They're Drowsy, and this new Pokemon I'm about to throw out here, Grimer, are completely new for the remakes. Grimer is level 20 with the moves Mud Slap, Disable, Minimize, and Sludge. And Ariana's Pokemon, she actually has that Arbok in the original game. It is level 25 with the moves Glare, Crunch, Wrap, and Poison Sting. In the original game, it's level 23 with the moves Leer, Bite, Wrap, and Poison Sting. So, you gotta be careful for Arbok here. You can use Glare and paralyze you. He'll do it to Dragonite. I'm not really worried about Dragonite getting taken out. Actually, if you want to, you can go ahead and just throw Surfs down and hit the Dragonite. It'll be fine. The only thing is that is Lance's only Pokemon for some reason. But Dragonite is really, really good. I mean, you could even say, sweet semen of baby Jesus, you should get yourself a Dragonite. That's right, Dragonite, the OD of the OG. He's the original motherfucking dragon here. Pretty great. His Dragonite is weird, though, because it has Twister, and why he'd put Twister on his Dragonite, I don't know. But we already saw that Murkrow earlier. Here's Murkrow. We're going to be throwing an Ice Fang on it because it is Flying type and weak to that. Murkrow is her ace Pokemon, oddly enough. Level 27 with the moves Nightshade, Wing Attack, Astonish, and Pursuit. Not a bad Murkrow, actually. And in the original game, it's level 25. The moves Peck, Haze, and Pursuit. It is definitely an upgrade from the original because, like, it gets Wing Attack to go ahead and take care of Peck. Wing Attack is a much better flying type move over Peck. Nightshade, I guess, is really good as well. It comes in handy. And Gloom here is level 25 with the moves Sweet Scent, Mega Drain, Acid, and Sleep Powder. Pretty decent Gloom. And in the original games, it's level 23 with the moves Sweet Scent, Absorb, Acid, and Sleep Powder. Gotta be careful with that Sleep Powder if it can switch you to sleep. This fight is not hard at all. That Dragonite being there really helps a lot. But even if it was just like ourselves fighting this, it still wouldn't be a very difficult battle, I think. But yeah. Gyarados and Dragonite's a really good team up to take this thing out, so yeah. Ice Fang, and this thing should be dead now. And there we go. But yeah, Ariana, like I brought up, I keep saying it was kind of a new character. She does look like Silver, and it is never said if she is Silver's mom, but it's just a fan theory that she might be Silver's mom, because she looks so much like him. But they talk about the radio waves. I haven't really brought it up yet, I don't think. But they're using radio waves in this facility to cause Pokemon to evolve, and kind of like freaks them out, makes them more chaotic, I guess, which is why the red Gyarados was going nuts in the Lake of Rage, because it was just a shiny Magikarp originally. And it evolved, and now it's ours, because red Gyarados is awesome. But now we have 3 Pokemon here we need to take care of, and as you can tell, they're sprites. They are Electrode. We're going to be fighting 3 Electrodes, so if you want a good Electric type that is high level and fast, really fast, I highly, highly, highly recommend getting Electrode. I said they're level 30? They're level 23. I don't know where I got level 30 from. But, yeah, you gotta be careful. Electrode can learn Self-Destruct and Explosion, which can be really good. Obviously, that's where the Pokemon Electrode has from Super Smash Brothers. So yeah, recommend being careful of that. But I can really recommend Electrode. Like I said, it's so fast. Can learn a lot of good moves. If I didn't have an Ampharos, I would consider using an Electrode. I also like how Electrode's just an upside-down Pokeball with a face. And it's like got the really small eyes. I really like Electrode a lot. And it makes me upset, because I saw a thing today, and I brought it before, how people like shit on Trubbish, and I get it, it's a trash bag, you know, it's funny. But, Trubbish may not be a good design, but Electrode is literally an upside-down Pokeball with a face on it. You cannot tell me Gen 1 did not have lazy designs either. Because it did. Trubbish is not that bad. Honestly, later gens, I think, are worse about it. Like, Klefki is a thing, and it's a key, you know? Trubbish might be a trash bag, but it's a cute trash bag. I love Trubbish. Now, the ice cream Pokemon, I do think Vanillix is kind of dumb, but I do like it, but yeah, I can get it, but still. Trubbish is great. Really, really good poison type. But yeah, now the, lake, it should be fine and stuff, you know. They're using actually the Electrodes to make the power go on, which is kind of cruel, but yeah. We got HM05 Whirlpool, so we should be able to go off of Whirlpools now and use that. But we have to go beat the Mahogany City Gym first, so yeah. Lance here is going to run off here in a second, you know. Lance is cool. I do like being able to like explore this place with Lance. He's a cool character. He's one of my favorite Pokemon characters, actually. And it is purely because we have the similar name. Paragirl's holding on to something. The Poison Extract. This is just for the fashion case. I will not be showing this off. I just don't see a point, admittedly. But it is quite cool. That was a Team Rocket HQ. I do apologize. I didn't really have a whole lot to talk about this episode. It is just finding Team Rocket goons over and over again. This facility and hear the same song over and over again, but I tried. And next time will be a lot more exciting, admittedly, because we'll be taking on the Mahogany City Gym and getting our 7th gym badge. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.